White Witch Colossus. Coming in with the power and the force, as it burst through the vacuum chamber to break the seal. I am Zudo Zagira. You can already hear me, bringing these words to life with a certain sense. I walk the way out of mighty. Will you walk the darkest of paths, with no sight, not even sound, to guide thee? Softened is the sense of self swimming smoothly through the air, because of the tortured shrill scream has surrendered. It slips as grips of the past, so on quietly. All of your senses are deafened by defamation through fire to the city, and as demons come through your walls to your doors with their claws, those that suffer seek the caressing words expressed in sanctum by the pretend pious piety, for the true light it sits deep within, inside of me. There's his voice that speaks. Man, a question it asks, will you walk the darkest of paths? Before it finishes, but a certain sense of cheek, man, I'm battered into shout and not speak. I will never give in, I will never retreat, I will not back or bow down to your pending defeat. For me to hear the same voice once more, only this time in a more morose, mocking tone, cackling. Mate, you know your chest will collapse under the weight of hollow victory. It's like you're filling yourselves in with shameful pride and loathsome pity. It's like you're dragging yourselves down by the crown and the skull as you embrace new heights of the gloriously gritty. Now here's another tale of the man who sleeps beneath bridges, and this the place of forgotten dreams, where there are scars on the skies and faces torn at the very seams. I am presented with a long drawn out sigh, one which is coupled with a tired looking eye, speaking in ways words could not. Oh, how I just wish to eternally die, for why bother trying when the march towards death and oblivion is here, the constant final hour? Well, you know what, mate? Maybe, just maybe, life isn't so miserable or ominous in the natural fact such as the time to break away from another sense of timelessness. And when you reach the end of your duration here, you will receive a golden, cleansing, revitalizing, restful and healing shower. Just think about that. And as you do, as you grew, did the universal child inside stay strong, not cower? Me personally, I followed the burnt-in footsteps up the forgotten track to try and find the fabled crest of the cursed tower. It was there inside I met the wizard in the game of their suggestion to seek out the secret sanctum of the soul, a shade to find truth, purpose, and the source of energy that's for service to facilitate an unlimited and abundant power. I in response turned back to ask, even in the midst of voices that keep calling louder. You heed no warning. You march upon holy, hallowed ground, and your rationality gave way for things to turn sour. Oh, I have found you. Or did I find him as I walked through the boundaries and committed to signing sin? The wizard without hesitance or nerve peeps, so likeably he speaks. With trust and belief in myself, the soul shall not lead me untrue. However, paranoia can take without reason of a clue. But principle of reason or virtue of fact, for things to be stuck in your throat, they will be remembered. For there is always a higher course or choice, even when one thinks oneself to be caught up, corralled, or defenceless. The mind gives hope and you invent this. The man beneath bridges, wearing a face for the pictures. Vulnerability can be an attraction, just could not be used by nefarious sorts as a distraction. A vain and selfish attempt to omit control, just to gather hordes of riches. I am attacked by cabinets of warlords and covens of witches. To counteract, I use essence untold. Where was I? Ah, yes, I was in a moonless forest smoking a fat joint. Trees creaked behind, and owls screeched overhead with a few unspoken words I tried to anoint fear in this sick cheer of ending up dead. Why the fuck in heaven and in hell am I here, I silently said. Before too long curdled blood drew a lack of breath. Standing static in shock, this curse I kept. Now no longer the moral food that was taken from what was there was not theirs to be left. I found the white witch's cottage where inside she wept. For the Colossus takes purity, and I've forgotten how I forget. The system assured me of assurancy, but solvency was set. Now all have are my herbs, and I have to start taking less, like heal me. We have to barter or have a price. There is this unseen vice, invisible constructs to turn men and women into mice. The cat has no broom to perch from, because we're eaten by the spider when the mouse trying to clean the mess of the spindle and cobweb. Due to the day's gloom, follow forward and flow to each corner where there is a great number of places containing spindling stress. But how can escape this tomb when the boundaries come as a secret sense? Shackled skeletons, spirits separated to the bone, persistence that up tries to return soon, so I must hide by the monsters that are beneath my bed. It's the coming of high tide noon, pistols drawn outside of the saloon just because of a man wearing a woman's dress. Now would the betrayal in the picture of a tattooed baboon give time for you to be distracted so to release tension and flex? I am just an anomaly in causality, the casual casualty coming as a consequence from one being in a sexual mess. Monkey investors is no man's question, and some say females elect them to seek submission or dominance, to take neutral stances, high cognitive intervention, viable to mention that we all do have a lesson to learn. Mine comes when fire breathes breath and inside desire yearns. I've got to get up, I've got to get out, I have to take my turn, stand tall and shout like holy features. 610 tall stories told and held till after I die by delightfully insightful teachers whom, from an other context, are perceived as devilishly deceitful preachers. Breath of fire, fluid grounded essence, electric sparks for a stable unseen magnetofluorescence and colours beyond the rainbow. In my mind I see the shadows glow. Like who are you? Oh, I a giant. One who generally hides from the tyrants. The longer I don't speak up in this world, the more my essence is being quietened. That said, the victim and the aggressor can each be the violent. So, who am I besides he that they tried to redefine? Besides this ego that I have flattered throughout this conscious period of time? What am I apart from electroplasmic material, stranded tangible particles, and unperceivable light? Just a universal spark within the universe. Hold on to what you are. Don't let go of yourself. You are okay and you will be alright. I am more than an expiring entity. I am more than an extinguishable source of energy. I am the wicked wizard and I have the power to shout. Now as easily speaks the wizard within. Time is yours, mate, but it will run out, so get up now, go outside and shout. For the longer you remain inactive, the greater there is this burden of doubt. Act now, reroute and get up with the full blaze and fury of the Buddha berserk, maximising spiritual might. Beam up as the Taurus does, up, down, all around, yes, yes, all right. Red mist ascends and I no longer twist. Instead I sit and stare straight into the mirror where there was this masked figure looking back with whom I later share a kiss like Lucifer, Saint Michael, low key. Nah, man, it's me, Zudu Zagira, an angelic god of poetry. Now let your chains flow off me, 'cause you fear my waking moments. It's not because of me, but it's 'cause my rhymes are so potent, like a scope over Jantai. Here are, please speak into the mic a little clearer. You fear my waking moments. It's not because of me, but it's 'cause my rhymes are so potent. You're thinking I'm a demon, when actually I'm the chosen. Alright, the pickings were kinda slim, but that's not my fault when you allowed all the children's minds to be frozen and thrown into a fucking bin. Now, where do I begin? Words that are blades. In this vicinity, there is this vision that is clear to me. If you try to tear down the system shall ostracize, incorporate, or manage. The word system has become a pressure term that for some evokes suspicion of spiritual deliverance from an external realm that is supposedly damaged. I say it is all about perspective and mind state. See, we're in a world where kindness can be misconstrued as manipulation and where anger can be viewed as passion. It is as simple as to say this. Receiving a delivery of emotion is kind of like a six-sided ball of blossomed erosion, the evocation of motion. Attract what you will to give too much trust in the distasteful zone, which should matter willingness, reception, and most steadfast determination. Now, let's not carve out a battlefront, instead look to the bay from the ocean. Observe the situational station. Dock on the port and agree to the soluble solution for a token of change. If you or I, we look at things one-sided, then who's really the one to blame? This is not just a single nation's game. The latter classifies object in action as shame, all different yet subject to the same patterns in form. Woman, gentleman, us, figures operating, attempting to discover if they can ever stop the economy falling between prosperity and going bust. They are seeking to capture with a holy net. Gold and silver particles of sparkling dust. Half-life, a light. See the concept of mass breaking into infinity. Your true assassin carries no swords, but words that are blades. We are indivisibly, anatomically a mystery. Picture me in my Garden of Eden. You can have one too, you've got to start believing. When there's peace in our minds, there shall be peace on earth. However, war can be done for fun and some get off in a sense of desire to hurt. I say the masochist, pain gives me meaning and life worth, since it's not all the same. It's so strange and so random to roam free across the world without a vocational job as justifiable action. Adventure is just a duration of visa, enslaved by the past and the fear of what might happen. A pragmatic practice of service to trap them. If we look into our heart, the Creator, you shall eventually smile when you seek remedy for the sensations cause grief, for the effect of saddening souls, still denying denial. Banal's game does not lay benign, and no one knows where from they're picking up this desperation, sickness and pain. Sucked into the desolation by societal stresses, now it's where the money comes from and goes, and how much the fucking rent is. Lunar Cycle, son. They say opposites attract, so I say only harm can befall you or me. Now do not cast a vision of glory in this story, see? It starts back way then. At the beginning of this, I was probably just a way past 10. In my head, I was settling in there when we riddling pab air by my mind for the blazing wonders. Chee! If you come and giving me a scare, I would have continued to just sat there with my eyes staring forward, in and on the fire bright spice fields of red yellow colour of yonder. Now at the age of 24, I have a beer and a score and a cloud of lick, stress and smoke. My mind suffocates thunder. It's only when I heard my friend the enemies giving me a rapturous applause like thunder and dull lightning. Man, for so long I thought it was too quick to even try fighting, but it turns out all along I was fighting me and this here reality with fists that snap like Cerberus's jaws as he swipes his paws at demons that come running in with lust, resentment, jealousy, greed and hunger. Now, is there any reason for you to take arms up and barricade the doors if the threat is still just a number? They laugh as I pause. But little did I know that the pause gives me aid to find peace from all this collective pressure, inclusive waging, paving for paid upon wars. Man, I boot my balls. But the walls didn't stop me from hearing other people's noise. It's just prohibited an assortment of toys. Now there's this collective push for a system of one. Working, 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 cycling inward until we burn beneath the sun. The lunar cycle's complete. Moon surviving. Tempest climbing high beyond the heat that's rising with a vision of glory. Masked by gory plinths and poverty's plea. Does the earth turn its back around or flee? Only harm can befall you or me. Now do not cast a vision of glory in the story sea. I return to the first line and create second, just like I feel the weight attached to teeth as over and built up blood and gums start to run forward to new like galactic slipstream. Yes, we pristine eyes screaming, saying, fuck this dream with your paradise lost, if you know what I mean. Where the smoke that clears my lungs. You cerebellum blinded, cerebral bullets that catch with the legs of insects that survive drowning in oceans with butterfly kick. Like the flicker of a face with no eyes that blinks. Demons out, holy ones in, lost in riddles, dug out paths, scratched in tracks, etched is something, writing, faded, in cryptic messages, the cryptic melancholic touched by he who's a felon with tales, crossing borders, collie, opaque glass of optimistic misery, the pessimist's folly, gashed out rivers, hard like Danny, the source note it's dry, it's just in a different valley, and assault with a predator to prey with a pinch and trick, I chase and about with a tone and a sharp tip. You cannot bind it. The flicker of a free-moving tongue. The war was waiting when you came to be and begun that. Oh, there's too much of him, there's too much of her. Dismantle the creature's character and then provide clarity with caricature. Dialectics of reason, the Diablo season, the humble hermit crab at the pebble cave awakes in the lion's den like am I still dreaming? We've got the flow going, volcanoes blowing, Dante and epic struggle troubles narrated through observation by Virgil and poem, first words with power boost on to curse, the sunbeams raised in the burning. To find a better way, man, I've got to start learning, ways to great similarity from difference. The deity demented as if demonized through hell's eyes, the light is just perfect, absence blinding. Now, where to start? Cross my fingers with the blood of my heart for the darkness always binding. My body, my shell, my coffin, my hell. This corruption, it keeps on groaning, and moaning, it keeps on going, growing, growing, growing. Attraction's so inviting. Man, I kill a chance with that which is deeper than all of the essence within, but not with the curable, incurable, gifted curse of this writing. Are your soul Satan sends dogs, they fail to protect you from the terror of that which is relentlessly biting. Even he cannot command the evil of that which is walked straight through and right in. A holy angel of pure white light that is healing and forever binding. Breakthrough. Breakthrough. Build the walls we were too scared to watch. Feelings fraught with future conflict, fettered foreseeability of futile failure. Obsessing, assessing conditions, we count the human hours we watch. Seconds pass, a minute at hand, and we continue perceiving when that which is now lost. Dangers outside, so we close the lid to the box. We tighten the borders with projections of rationalities, which come to orders of vicinity. The viscosity of owing and earning, now nightly observing the tabloids of vampiric city blocks. We hinge our beliefs, saying ways we should not. I kill my child, keeping him in cot, keeping him from straying, keeping him at bay through the day. Isolate, shaking, isolate, break him. I so late. It's a brain thing. Now will you show love for the new king? Will you stand up to me and declare commitment? If I bride you and you ring, will you fly like olive, bird, branch, dove when the truth sing? Gets up. I believe in you, even if you feel as if you're sinking. I positively, absolutely, 100% believe in you, so get up. We build the walls, but we do it out tactics to stop the malicious or idiotic with matchsticks. Watch. We're the ones that create the habits attached to the box. We're the ones that get concerned with the layer and the cost that blocks. Is it done out of impulse when they put you on a shelf, when they put you under pressure? Is it irritation when I help? Am I lovable or laughable? Do you even share my name? Is there something in my spirit that keeps putting me to shame? I put a footnote on your banner, muddy imprints all the same. Not antisocial, just antisocial servitude, is saying so untamed. When we fall out of a reason, I suspect we won't start up whole new games. When we finally destroy life, I will not accept the blame. But a picture of me victorious, deep within your vein. For if you tried to build the walls to stop my tragedy, I will slay you as a rain. Now here comes destruction like the bullet of a speed train. Break it down. I'm going to come in here like 1,000 miles on faster, tearing down all obstacles and walls on my way that are covered in a veil named nasty plaster. These vile trials of stale psycho-seclusion, I will at last. Yo, the curtain's an illusion. You are your own master. But how did it come to have language instead of descriptions of you do? Your mind shattered like glass. Ha! Is a feeling that I keep in the feeling that I want. Do I choose to switch off and not care for others because I'm just an apathetic cunt? Do I wish to see past the apathy that is presented and look at it as if it is nothing more than a front? Do I wish to be more than what I can be, pushing past habits that essentially stunt? Break it down. Where are the people that I want that is not even my stealth to be found? Mind floating through the cosmos, feet bare, barely touching the ground. I one with our first and a jungle sound. Smash through the threshold and break it down. Synergy. There's a price on everything. There's a price on my head. There's a price on the words and feeling I just said. With the eyes of what to put to earth, I'm setting up price in retirement and death. Leftover sediment of elementary sentiment flows with the waters from the forged fountains of fevered fortune. Yes, the humble driver, the midnight writer, he lies bound with an uncertain, threaded sense of dread. A golden figure stands mighty tall and fallen with sword fused between your shoulder blades and thorax and chest. I sacrificed myself so you would be impressed. I did it to pass the test. You died. What do you mean? I can't die. Well, you died, mate. You did die. Shit. You sure? Yeah, I'm sure. Okay, fair enough. Well, what happened next? Well, let us just say that waters are coming most proud of heads with broken necks, however mine does not. And as the cook turns his back, I reach to spoil the broth. We've gone from waters and wells and streams to pipes that are priced. I'm charging the steam. In fact, I'm living a dream. In fact, my dreams are being lived for me. But the nightmarish figure gives cuddles care and completely adores thee. See, as a unit of one, we are unequal to synergy, so it is good for us to get along. But if I mix up my word with a certain value where the valve remains strong, I think we've misaligned ourselves somewhere. Something has definitely gone wrong. There's work to do, but whereas daily routine put fantasy has just gone. Quality assurance, the ordinary ordinance, ordered, unoriginal, and tedium long. I've got to produce, I've got to make it, I've got to find illicit, even illicit ways to wrangle up and obtain that crucial pay slip. I fucking hate this. Forced connection. We don't want a man in this world, we are the ones to make this happen. We said we were a social bunch, but divided by the next general election. A conditional plan was dealt with as it comes. A competitive environment is preemptively planning. Action's not silent, mate. There's only one way to raise hell, and that is to remain volatile with friction so fucking violent. Reconsider her. Perhaps we could break, remold to retake it, or perhaps we could shake it or to reassign. The issue of the structure is that we require one in each other, but we force us, and our design confines. That said, in fairness, mate, no, it wasn't friendly all the time, and in this there is something that I find. Care comes as a condition of the price. The course served and the continuum will continue to installments that are suitably small in slice. Brick's the same, the quarry's different. You take on a job, you become the role of the personal replacement. Try layer the oscillation. Not singular cycles of duty and frustration. Try cutting to do confusion and bullshit. Do you have enough clean food, water, shelter, comfort, support, and positive opportunity? Shh. Without ranting, without being shook. The land it was taken with a certain symbol of a price and a shiny hook, and private or public catch. Divine before disappearance, mate. Light the match. I've got to work to keep my home afloat. Maintain. Oh, how can I present this? Once we were Roman walk, living with trees and rivers which we'll probably talk. Now we live in the walls that are objectified by birth. Compass cool, mate, but I'm not chilled out while I grind my bones in this routine of work. Life is whatever I make of it. But when there are millions of other people in this constrictive system of ours, my intention does become tainted. We judge to find order and gold, but the application of such spirit can turn cold. Now, sell as a product, what can you sell? Piped prices and Sally's shell. She selling the sound of the sea on the seashore surrounded by the shells and the sound of the sea. I don't doubt that you see that application of the fears within the bounds what actually makes us free. Makes us free. Incarnate illusion. Nah, with the will of the wizard. I willed wicked candles for ritual richness. Instruments creating a chord that supports our lives like golden lace, wires attach families, husband and wives, like the womb of creation. Magic comes with a fusion of powers manifest. The universe hums in synchronicity to the beat of your chest. Sorcerer spelled with sweet sounds and senses of sex. There's no space for people to see past illusions. If that is the case, then how is the seen in reality unproven? I've got this feeling inside and it's running again, from the lips of my mouth through to the ink of my pen, from the ways we see to the ways we do not. Is there any point in trying if you're just going to stop? You got to keep things going, man. You got to keep it hot. You got to keep things burning, man. Blood freezes, snow forming the icy clot. Blood now not showing for the reasons coming weathered, fill veins healing which once a closed circuit ties cut unsevered. Will you remember the lessons and lies and life? Remember what's coming and going? Will you catch on to what's being caught? Fever flow Owen with pleasant rot, and hatch a new plan like I'm feeling like a god. Twinkle toes exploding, silver sparkles shine away from the lost, and I'm just dancing in the street naked like a madman. I'm odd. Bow! Everything I play with the back to smack, and I catch you all later like two-shell shotgun. Call me the savior. Everybody hit the flow. Shit about to get raw. Advance warning, son, I'm doing you the favour. It's a devilish medicine man like Zulu Zagira. Like who knew what? Boy, best beware, yeah, why? Because I'm going to get shot. You couldn't hit a target, you're so highly not indivisibly observable is the market. Oh, who is that spot? I know that stare. Someone's gone, and now you're confused thinking there's someone not here that was commonly there. You outshine most people, and that much you don't want to share your shine. Grouped all together, folded into a statistical graph. Fuck this perpetual line. Repute begins with a restorative clatter. Heaven transcends waves, turning grizz to grin to glass of panes that shatter. A righteous man proposes to an auditorium empty, once packed to the brim. Listen, lives giving, don't give in, you do matter, and with image I portray. And she'll turn light to the other side of night and then back today. Do you know what, boy? When I show my dark and tortured soul, even the devil prays. and make the executioner repay. For I am the pain that shall not go away, and with the following words I purge after the unseen, and the immortals I slay. Ascendance. Fiesta, fiesta, fury. I am another man, held within reason, held back by stereotypes and hypernormality that heaven quite rightly rejects the heathen. The state of the world under this burning sun has got my skin peeling, emotions flying out from the corners of my eye as I lie awake amongst others who are not so serenely sleeping. Eyes glaze over, but it still looks like they're peeping. I'm stuck, but time is mine, and I'm keeping the eternal extra internal watch. I'll solve your algorithm with a key and a punch. My misery and mental slump is gone, and I'm over the future now with the western wing of the eastern eagle. Highly active, you can go on it but slower. I'm coming in to take the front of my boy Scar Galactica, slaying demons with glory and funk, crunked up a knife, but isn't this fun? The spirit with us, but all of us has got our backs. Full flavour, ammo ready loaded, omnipresent defence, don't attack because I don't need no knife. Boy, you tried to take me, I will take you beyond your very life. Eyes roll round like right. Just clap. And carried a night of chivalry who took to the streets to clean the city, who got lost halfway through and knew that the crippled and shitty plight of those living in poverty and pity quickly cometh quickly to kick me awake after robbing from our pockets everything that they could take. But these Fiesta fury 16 men and me from hell descend the duplex of allegory while starch angels ascend, but that's another story. A point in my non-stationary tact, attached to the fluid motion, threaded a picture with tact. The gory portrayals and the essays you would believe the Prime Minister would have fucked a pig or a rat. Isn't this rad? We're all unified by confusion, neutral streams of hatred. The complete question of a doubt is how long have we waited? The time is now. Make peace with your enemies and find love somehow. A point overstated, or is it just underrated? It's only overstated when the still state of separation is given time to become variated, or is that wrong? Are we stronger as cultural expressions, or do holes in social fabrics present space-time progressions? Disharmony or harmony, you debate it. Laugh at a song, what tune will you play? Summoning a chord are done in a way to disrupt and demonstrate deliberate delay. Diligent with the demagoguery back in the day, but that all went to the dogs, the false orders and the maleficar plots. In some systems, the logic, there is a limitation which blocks, but how can we stop something which is designed to stop? In the vacuum valley for the iris eye, for infinity to become infinite, there also has to be one paradigm where it isn't. Time and space are measurements, not absolute constants, but does this create reality? Some would say this question and piece of information is surely irrelevant, and I say I decide, for I as he that rides the elephant. With gold cobras on my arms and glowing blue skin, I march into the oncoming army and prove I can slew them and greater the ways of most of the wickedest of weapons. Then we'll weaken to the weakening wobbly sessions and add it or just bit by a foul bitch, and here's your lesson. The waters are ankle deep. You can swim, mate. Get up the levels with lesson. I've got skills I don't mention, as well as the vastly larger virus collection of college certificates and chocolates. Yes, guess them. I use them daily. I'm a starving artist, hence when I work, I give my work away for free, asking, oh, when will they pay me? Your words aggravate me, they don't stay me. You're pretty fucking shady. Why do you think you don't have to work to live, baby? Laughs or gravy? I woke from this dream chilling. I mean, I may be removed because of sleep paralysis, but still cool. Overall, great stuff. I'm always winning. Selectively sizing, comprising worth, and with balance now hot and silly I rock. I just got to get this spin into a place where it's not, and then soon enough, I'll have grown so much of it to shine down on this earth. A great sense of good fortune and good luck. First and foremost, though, I am enough to punch a hole through the vacuum.